It's a Sleepers Podcast, Thursday, April 24th. Hello, welcome. Listeners, if I could give you a hug right now, I would.
You're not Dion.
Yeah, I'm me. Hi.
Hey, Greg, how you doing, buddy?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, Squirt.
Oh.
How you been, Bucko?
Are you a big hugger, Cart?
Yeah, I've been told I give good hugs.
Is that because there's a lot of surface area?
Yeah, honestly, yeah. It's the given my mass and my width, the hug is very engulfing, right? So you feel like you're warm, comforted, and safe all in one.
Yeah, it's like my newborn loves being held by my wife because he can sort of snuggle into her breasts. And I assume it's similar with you.
Yeah, yeah, a lot of surface area. Have you tried letting your children snuggle into your forehead?
I have, yeah. It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
Doesn't?
No, doesn't.
Okay, understood. Has anyone ever told you that your ears go really high up your head?
I don't think that's true. I think you're stretching now.
No, I'm not, because they're not big by any means. They're normal size ears, but for some reason they go very, very high on your head.
Well, that's interesting because if my forehead was as big as you say it is, then presumably my ears would go lower on my head because there's so much at the top of my head due to the forehead. So it kind of
Uh,
feels like conflicting things going on here. If you're saying my ears go too high, but my forehead goes too high, it doesn't seem like both are possible.
that's very true. Also, shout out to the orange stripe on your collar so I can tell the difference between your shirt and your skin tone.
Okay, now that's just racist.
Is it?
I think so.
Are we calling racismo? Can I get a yellow card on that?
Um,
Am I getting a straight red?
we're in VAR right now. Yeah, that was a wild one.
You know, it's not wild.
The YouTube comment of the day.
YouTube comment of the day. Let's go ahead and get to it. I miss looking up YouTube comments. Um, Greg, how often do you check the YouTube comments?
Uh, Probably twice a day. Yeah.
Twice a day. Do you ever look at response? Like, do you ever respond?
Yes. You and I've noticed we both do this. We'll like just pop in maybe like once a day at a very random time and just respond to like certain comments.
Yeah, I told someone yesterday to stop doing tricks on it for you. They did not like that.
Okay.
They did
For
not
me?
like that. Huh?
For me?
Well, someone said, you seriously don't understand why he can't reclassify. It's an academic issue. Greg, will you ever have a good co-host? This guy is by far the least informed and takes the show down a notch on the Tyron Stokes video.
Ugh.
And I said not likely because I'm not going anywhere. And he was like, "You are not likely to ever have a good co-host, then just go solo." And I responded, I said, "Greg is married. I suggest you stop doing tricks on it."
I mean, it seems a little bit of a stretch, but
Yeah, he said, "Not funny. The comedic response falls as flat as the uninformed co-host and the slurping of Michigan."
so they're on your ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see. Comment of the day though, Joey Allen. Um, let's see. No, that's okay. No, that's a responded one. I didn't want to do Joey Allen. I wanted to do where'd it go? Oh, Eric Stevens, who is a well-known hater of our YouTube comments, by the way. I always see him throwing shade. Um, would love to see him face to face. But let's see here. I'm willing to bet $10,000 to Sleepers Media that neither one of them has the balls to go to Lexington, Kentucky, and walk around talking smack about Coach Pope and our team.
It's not about having the balls or not. We wouldn't do that. Like what? We wouldn't go to a venue specifically to walk around chirping anyone.
For 10,000, I would.
I guess that's true. But like
Yeah, but like we also wouldn't like seek that out. Like I
that's not
never thought about doing that until you brought that up because now in my head you're threatening me. acting like I can't go to Lexington and say whatever I want. I'll be fine.
Honestly, you know what? Thank you, Eric Stevens. This might be a great idea for a content series. Enemy territory. And you, me, Dion, and I guess if
We
Ralph or
we would
Riley
be
want to
we
come,
would be so awful at that, and you know it.
we go into enemy territory and basically vlog us trying to get like a road win, obnoxiously like chirping the home team.
Wouldn't work.
You don't think so?
No, because within 7 minutes of every town we touch into, we are at the student store, getting on camera and saying, "I love it here.
I would. I would be like, this place is the
This place
best.
is awesome. I always want to be a part of BBN. This is great. I don't want to leave Lexington." That would be you, 10
It's
minutes in, with a with
I love
with a Kentucky starter jacket.
I love places. I really do. Lexington's high on my list to go. Look, I think I burned a lot of bridges with Kentucky, Big Blue Nation yesterday. That's fine. I can live with that. I've come to terms with this with a lot of fan bases. I do my best to cover this objectively. Objectively, that roster being worth $20 million is laughably awful. It's crazy. And I'm calling it for what it is. I think a lot of people agree with me, but won't say it out loud. That doesn't mean we hate Kentucky. I loved last year's Kentucky team. We openly admitted how wrong we were all offseason. I'll be real. Last offseason, we were just hating Mark Pope. We were just hating Mark Pope. What we knew about Mark Pope, we were just hating on that dude and we doubted him. We've been wrong about that. I'm not hating Mark Pope anymore. I'll never doubt that dude again. He's a great coach, very clearly. He's going to take these guys that I don't think are worth $20 million and make a really great basketball team out of them. But no, we don't just play a character. We don't come on here to hate and shit on people just to shit on people. That's never been us, never will be us. And maybe one day the internet will take that at its word.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'm not. Let's not here. Just say our takes. I don't want to antagonize fan bases. I truly don't. I don't know how people get enjoyment out of that. It's taxing.
I
Rather
think
just
people think there's a contingent that thinks it's best for our business to antagonize. And I want to just like honestly put me on a lie detector test. It's horrible for our business to antagonize.
yeah,
If we were trying to just play the clicks game, we would only say positive things. That is truly 100% honest feedback here. And clearly we don't do that. And it's not because of clicks.
yeah, facts. Uh, Join the Discord. Discord is one of the greatest ways to support Sleepers Media. Discord is a great community, and if you are ever wondering how to support us, this is a great way to do it. The link is in the description of our Twitter bio. It's $9.99 a month if you join on your desktop, and it's a great community. And one of the perks of being in the Discord is that you get your comments read on every episode daily. So it will start today with War Chant.
Real quick. Doctor's back in the Discord, and I'd like to communicate with Doctor briefly the only way that I can. Um, First off, Doc, good to have you back. Second off, you're blocked her. I block people who abandon the community. So you got to win me back somehow. I know you're in my Twitter DMs right now talking about unblock me on Discord. Um, no, no, you got to earn that. You got to win me back somehow, Doc. So it's great to have you back. I'm happy you're in the community. Right now, you're in sleeve territory. You're the two I have blocked.
You
And
have sleeve block too?
yeah, sleeves blocked right now. Yeah.
Wow, I have no one blocked. I unblocked Malik Perry, so I'm not blocked right now, or
But
not blocking anyone.
I want you to know block doesn't mean I don't value your space in the community because sleeve is an integral part of our community. And Doctor, our Discord is better when Doctor is there. He's one of the Mount Rushmore figures in Discord history. Who else would be so wrong about Indiana constantly if we didn't have Doctor? So yeah, good to have you back, Doc.
Oh, good grief. All right, War Chant. Seems like there's been about 100 guys or so go portaling without any eligibility left. Carter, I'm waiting for your portal graphic on Twitter, or at least as I am staying graphic, like all the Field of 68 guys are doing. Which Field of 68 guy would be your top choice in the portal for podcasting, and who is the first choice in terms of basketball player? Fun,
Ooh,
fun add-on. Which one of those guys is most likely to pull a I'm a leaver?
I love all these questions so much. T.O. is the answer for basketball, right?
I might take Henson.
Hansbrough too. Henson probably. Henson's the NBA guy, so Henson.
Yeah, but also like who I'm playing with. Because I love T.O. T.O.'s a gun. T.O. is a gunner for good reason because he's got a ratchet, but he's a gun.
I think the objectively best basketball player answer is Henson.
Yeah.
Um, who would I tamper with for podcasting? Who would I portal? Uh, man, it depends because like, are we trying to do the value game or like?
Well, are you saying that Goodman doesn't have that many years left?
No, I think like the best podcaster available from Field of 68, I think is very clearly either Fanta or Doster.
Hmm.
But Fanta's going to have like a $7 million bag. He's going to be holding out like Haggerty.
Yeah.
And I think Doster would also be like one of the highest paid because he's so versatile. Doster
Yeah.
does it all. He does the production. He does everything. So
Baggage.
baggage with Doster.
Yeah.
What's the baggage?
Just a, just a dickhead.
I would want to build my team around Rob Doster. So that would be my. I would pay the price, and I would go after Doster.
God. Is Hummel in this?
I guess he's technically Field of 68. Yeah,
I want Hummel. Actually, no. I want Goodman. I want Goodman. I'll make Goodman's life hell too.
that's crazy.
I
That's
love
crazy.
you. I love you, Goodman. But for anyone who doesn't know, I'm in a group chat with Goodman, and literally every single day he just says, "Fuck you, Cart." Like on just every day, just to make sure that and it's his way of saying he loves me, and I know it's said in a loving tone. Uh, but yeah, I take Goodman because I want Goodman to have to put up with the metaphors we spit out on a daily basis for him to respond to it and just tell me I'm stupid.
Never forget, we did get Goodman on like a little sleepers episode.
Oh, we got Goodman to damn near break that we had him the day Coach K retired.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, unreal. What a guy. War chant. Illinois starts playing games in Chicago again after a long break when they play Alabama there this year. Should the Illini play a home game in Serbia next season as well?
Yeah, why not?
That'd be fire,
I
honestly.
think they should join the Adriatic League.
Like not playing the Big Ten.
Conference realignment, dog. Go win the Euro League.
That'd be insane travel, I'd say that. War chant one more time. If the Illini get Peja, they are likely first of all, please respect Dre. They are likely adding one more player. Who would you add if you were Brad Underwovic to give the Illini the best chance to win with $1 million budget for that player? Who would you add to the roster if there was no budget? Should Boswell change his name to Boswellsvich? Anticipating the last player will be Humrisovich.
It's a lot of questions here. First off, who will Illinois get for a $1 million budget? Some random European that we don't
Yeah.
even know. That's the honest. If you're only trying to spend $1 million, you'll get some random European. Who should they get if they have an unlimited budget? I would star hunt. I like Jameer Watkins a lot. I would go after Jameer Watkins and wait it out. I don't think you're going to get another player after Andre. I think you're done after Andre Stojakovic if you get him. And lastly, most importantly for me, this is a PSA to all Illinois fans. Stop calling Andre Stojakovic Peja. Everybody's just calling him Lil Peja, Peja, Peja son, Peja. He is such a different player than Peja. And it's just not, I hate it. It grinds my gears a lot right now.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. It's Dre. Okay. Sleeve Nash. Got a fun snake draft challenge for you. Pick transfer portal players who have moved the farthest distance from their old school to their new one. Whoever drafts the most total miles wins. Example, you can't use Lathan Somerville, Rutgers to Washington. That's the kind of move we're talking about. No looking it up, honor system. I'll check back tomorrow to see who wins.
I would like to propose that we tell Riley Davis we want this as a topic for Riley Friday because
That's a
that's
good one.
that's really fun.
That is fun. Okay. All hail the Pope. You are all down on Kentucky because you don't think the roster is good enough, yet we have upgraded every position from last year. Let's not forget last year
Shut
before
up! I'm cutting this off. I'm pissed off about this. No, no, and all hail the Pope. I don't mean to disrespect you. This is me venting at all of BBN right now. No, we are not saying the roster's not good enough. We are saying the roster's not worth $20 million. There's a difference. You are a top 5 team next season. No one anywhere is coming on here and saying Kentucky can't win a national championship. The roster is good enough. You also overpaid for 10 of the 12 players if you spent $20 million on this roster, and you should have gotten Donovan Dent. Both things can be true, but don't put words in our mouth. It's good enough. It's also an overpay.
All right. You heard it here first. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
The last comment is literally all hail the Pope going down about the roster and what they're worth. So we're gonna go ahead and just keep on moving. That does it for the Discord comments today.
Good job, Discord. Join the Discord to get yelled at by me like once a month.
Greg, what are we brought to you by today?
Brought to you by Underdog Fantasy Card. Do you like Underdog Fantasy?
I love Underdog Fantasy. Oh, see, that's not. Come on now. If you're gonna do it right. All right. Shout out to Underdog Fantasy. You wanna know why I love Underdog Fantasy, Gregory?
Have we ever talked about how your dog bark sounds nothing like an actual dog bark?
Oh, I'm sorry, Detective Dog Bark. Who like, who gave you the
Just
power to
sounds
talk
way
like
more like you're like herding sheep and you're like calling.
that?
Did, have you ever heard a dog bark? Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna have to work on this. Underdog Fantasy, best place to play. Promo code Sleepers. Get a deposit bonus as a first time user up to $1,000. 50% of your deposit they'll match in bonus funds, and you get a free pick. The NBA playoffs are rocking. You can bet. You can make picks on baseball, NHL playoffs, golf this weekend. There's a ton to get in on. Underdog Fantasy promo code Sleepers. It really helps the show if you join. Please join. Let's get to the show. Topic numero uno today. I feel like we should do entirely in a foreign language, but let's be real, neither one of us speaks a foreign language. So, what I'd like to do, I'd like to look at all of these international players that are going to play college basketball next season. There's a ton of them. Sport has changed. Brad Underwood has changed the entire sport of college basketball. I want to rank them. I want to look at every international that's currently signed up to play college basketball and come up with a top 10 list in terms of who the best is and who the 10th best is.
I hate you so much.
Why?
You did this just to put me in pronunciation hell.
Yeah, yep. I think it's going to be really fun. So last year, I think it was kind of a thing. You'd look at the whole class and you would say Kasparis Yakashonis and Yegor Demin were like clearly the two out ahead of everybody else. This year, correct me if you think I'm wrong, Cart. I don't think there is a Kasparis or a Yegor here. I think there's not a lottery pick projected international player playing college basketball. Do you agree with me on that?
What if Dame plays?
I don't think he's a lottery pick, but I think he's the likely number one candidate here.
Okay, that's fine. That's fair.
So you want to put Dame Sar one?
Yes.
He seems like the highest pedigree guy, Barcelona guy, likely going to end up at Duke right now, or maybe Oregon if you believe Armand.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Where do we go next?
Ooh. I'm gonna just start throwing some names out there.
Do it.
Um, so the the transfer from Robert Morris that's going to play um at Iowa, I think should be in the top 10 somewhere.
Alvaro Folgares.
Yeah.
He seems great. He's a second
He-
round mock type.
He's probably more bottom pick, but I'm just throwing like names
He
out
might
there.
not be bottom. I think he's really good.
He is damn good. Iowa's been sneaky good.
Yep. I
I'll throw,
agree.
I'll throw it out there like
There,
that.
I will also throw this out. I think there's a lot of names at the international level that still could make their way to college that aren't currently committed.
You know what? Is Big T too?
Uh, are we counting Big T?
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
What are you saying?
Like, are we? I'm asking, are we counting Big T?
I guess we should. Yeah, I guess we should count returning players.
Oh, do you only want to do new? Because if we do, then I can make that happen.
I was kind of thinking new, but let's do returnees too. I think that's fair.
Okay.
So I think both of Visiches are possibly on the list here.
Yeah. Ooh. One that I would like to be on this list as well is the young Firth.
Jacob Furphy.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's great. Gonna be at
he's
UConn.
really
I'm very excited for him.
he's really good.
Very versatile piece.
Oh,
Berke Buchtensel is still here.
Burke said it.
Ade Mara is still here.
Does a day Mara make his way onto this list?
I think it's possible.
Um,
I wouldn't put Berke on, but I would think about Mara.
Purdue freshman Meyer,
Omer Mayer.
Homer Mayer.
I think Illinois' new point guard. I think Petro is here.
Shit, Oscar is Oscar Clough uh, work
He
out?
doesn't count, does he?
I don't. Isn't he Australian or something?
I don't think Oscar Clough counts.
Okay, I was gonna like start stretching here. Like, I mean, Tunde Yesufu played.
Do you still believe in the Creighton kid, Fedor Zugic? A lot of people liked him last year, and he just really didn't do that much.
Not necessarily, no.
Okay. There's him, and then there's like Indra. He was the other one that was supposed to be good. He just never really cracked the Iowa State rotation.
I think I'd rather put like another Illinois guy on there before that.
You really think so? See, I would not put Merck in the top 10.
Is Christian Anderson German?
No, he doesn't count.
All right.
Oscar Goodman is a Michigan get.
You think he cracks the top 10?
I think he's fringe. He's probably in
Fringe.
the top 20, but maybe not top 10. I think Andre Yelovich, the Kentucky kid, is
Oh,
probably here.
yep. That's a good shout.
I really liked his film.
That's a good shout.
But there, like as we go through this exercise, I do think it's important to note generally for this season, there's not as much like NBA superstar talent here.
I agree. Like, I mean, you even look back to last year or 2 years ago. You had Man coming over, right? You had a lot of guys, right?
Yep.
That were kind of like and they're going to be first round draft pick type guys. I don't really see as much in this one.
There's just not that. Uh, what about remember that Halifanua kid that's at Georgetown? He never really cracked the rotation, but another guy you could like maybe make a bet on if you wanted to.
Yeah, I liked him a lot.
I know, but he just didn't play. It's weird.
And like Georgetown,
Yeah. What about isn't that kid that's going to Georgia, Samto Cyril?
Santo.
Yeah, although he didn't do much last year either. He got to play.
Yeah, he was yeah, I don't know. I don't think he would make it, even though I liked him, but he just
Right now we got 9 names on the list and we're looking for one more.
What about dude that was the dude that played JUCO that is going to play at Auburn?
Does he count as an international?
He came over from Africa last year and then played JUCO.
Who are you talking? Do I have the same guy in my mind as
Emeka Opurum.
Oh, see, I assumed he wasn't even going to play.
Yeah, he's probably fringe. That's probably not fair to put him there. How many more spots do we have?
We need one more spot. And I feel like we might be missing somebody. I mean, it could just be Merck, the Illinois kid, but I really don't want to put Merck in the top 10. I don't see him that way.
Can we
I wish Dash Daniels was coming to college,
yeah, Sam, can we buy a Sweeney plant?
which is who?
What if Sash is good at Santa Clara?
I mean, he did nothing, absolutely nothing at Villanova.
He was so good at that under 18 turn in that
He
under 18.
was. He was. Um, yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I mean, do we want to put Petro Bowman?
He's already on the list.
He's already on the
I
list.
put him right on the list.
Okay. I feel like we're missing somebody kind of obvious here.
Yeah, I'm trying to go through teams and make sure we're not missing anybody big. Jacob Furphy was a good shout by you, so we wouldn't miss him.
We could take another mega bet guy.
Who's that?
I think his last name is Malavec. Going
Where's
to
he?
Miami. The dude going to Miami.
Oh, you know who it should be, I think? I think it should be I think it should be the kid that Indiana wanted that decommitted. Zerno,
Zerno?
the Kentucky kind of phone called. He's gonna end up at either Miami or one of those schools.
You think it should be him?
But he's not fully committed, so maybe it shouldn't count. But I feel like he would be a good number 10 because he's gonna end up at a team and I think play a lot.
Okay, yeah, let's go ahead and put him on there.
All right. So that means now we just got to order them. So we got Harun Zerno at 10, shooter that decommitted from Indiana. We got Dame Sar at 1. In between all of that, we have both Iviciches, Jacob Furphy at UConn, Omer Mayer at Purdue, Mihailo Petrovic, Illinois new point guard, Andrei Yelovich, the Kentucky kid, Omer Mayer, Purdue's shooting guard, and Alvaro Fulgaris,
Mhm.
the Iowa get. I feel like, honestly, you could make an argument Tomislav's number 1 here. I think I might rather have him than Dame Sar, just in terms of college player.
Yeah, honestly, I would be fine with that. Dame
Let's
is a
put let's put Tom 1, Dame 2.
okay. Tom one, Dame two. Do we go Alvaro three?
For who?
Alvaro is it Alvaro is his
I
name?
think at Iowa he will be featured and be very good. So yeah, let's put Alvaro Fulgaris 3.
Alvaro, sorry.
Alvaro Fulgaris 3. Um, I think I'd like to put Petro 4.
Petro Overmeyer.
This one's tough. Mayer's a better prospect, and I honestly think probably a better player. But I think Petro's going to be Illinois' first option, and Mayer's going to be in the mix with a bunch of other guys. I think they're
Okay,
very similar caliber, just players right now, though, production
that's
wise.
that's fair.
So let's put Petro 4. Let's put Omer Mayer 5. Next year, Mayer jumps Petro though if he's back for Purdue.
Yep.
I would put Yelovich at Kentucky 6 probably. I think he'll be really good.
Okay.
And then we're left with Jacob Furphy, Ade Mara, and Zvonimir Ivicic at 7, 8, 9 in some order.
I think I would go.
The only thing is, I don't know how much Furphy's going to play at UConn.
Yeah. Okay. So because of opportunity, I actually think like a day is gonna start for Michigan. So go ahead and put a day there.
I feel like I trust Dusty to get the best out of him one way or another.
Yeah, put a day there, and
Day
then
7, Zvonimir 8, Jacob Furphy 9,
yeah,
and then Harun Zerno 10.
I would. Can I pull rank here?
Yep.
I want to take the last dude out
Okay.
and put Sonata Faru,
Who?
the Louisville commit,
Okay. I don't
the
know who that
German
is.
the German dude. Wait, is he still going there? We did a video on him like last or like 2 years ago, I think, or last year.
I don't know who he is, so you're
Okay.
you're pulling rank right now.
All right. Well, I'm gonna pull rank and put him there. It's the Louisville commit, Sonata Faru.
I think we might have just pulled rank and put a guy that doesn't exist 10th, but I like
Yeah.
that. There's your top 10 international players in college basketball next year. I've been waiting for this moment for an entire month. It's time to do our Big Ten power rankings for next season. This is version 1.0, and we'll probably do this, I would guess, 64 more times this offseason because we love to constantly move things around and do this. But, Car, this is the first attempt you and I have had to look at next year and try and group what Big Ten teams have up. We have not done this, and we want to make note before we get too far into this that there's a lot of things that are going to change. So when I started lumping some of these teams together in preparation for this segment last night, Cart, I really did put them in groups based on where I think they'll end up.
Hmm.
Not necessarily what they have right now, because there's a lot of unfinished business to attend to, but more so in groups on where I think they will end up. Sound good?
Is there?
Okay. I also want to warn you that I did your team dirty right now.
Oh God.
So I would like to let you know that I'm gonna do your team dirty in just a moment, and then we can immediately clean it up and push them higher on the list. That sound good?
Okay.
Okay. So you tell me where you disagree on this, and we can move stuff around. I have category 1, tier 1, Big Ten power rankings next year.
Yo, I'm sorry. No, you weren't lying when you said you were steering this motherfucker, huh?
Well, yeah, I figure we could do the thing where like you twiddle your thumbs and you're like, oh, I don't know, like USC maybe, or I can just like give you the rankings and you can tell me where you disagree.
Okay, I'm no, please, floor is yours.
Tier 1, there's only one tier 1 team in it. It's the favorite. It's Purdue.
Love that.
There's an enormous gulf from tier 1 to anything else.
Hmm.
Good with that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Tier 2, I'd like to call contenders.
Mm.
Teams that I think will at least put pressure on Purdue.
Okay.
At number 2, I have UCLA. Donovan Dent, Eric Daly, Tyler Bilodeau, with some good role playing guys between them, I think is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I like that. I think a lot of people are sleeping on UCLA. I saw like Borzello had a projected lineup. We were big Trent Perry guys. I thought that was a big late ad for them last year.
I love him.
Uh, so like a starting lineup of Dent, Sky Clark, Trent Perry, Daly, Bilodeau, I really like.
I think it rocks.
Yeah.
So I'm putting UCLA second as the contender that can put the most pressure on Purdue. There's only one other team I have in the contenders category, and there's a huge caveat with them. It's Michigan with Yaxel. If Michigan does not have Yaxel, they drop at least 2 tiers here. But if they have Yaxel, who I believe would be the second best player in the league, a pretty unique star, I think there's an argument that they are the other contender here with UCLA.
Michigan with Yaxel.
Michigan with Yaxel at 3.
Fair.
Okay. To tier 4, which I'm calling NCAA tournament teams. Go ahead, sim the season. Good season. NCAA tournament team. Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay.
At number 4, I have Illinois.
Fair.
I think they're headed towards a very similar season as last year, maybe a little better, but not like a contender-based season.
Hmm.
At number 5, I have Wisconsin.
Okay.
I like Nick Boyd, Blackwell. They're going to be good. I trust Greg Gard.
Okay.
At number 6, I have Oregon.
What's Oregon's roster construct currently?
Honestly, Shellstad, and I don't really care.
Just Shellstat?
They're going to have other stuff, but like if they have Dana Altman and Jackson Shellstad, I think they're just a tournament team.
Hmm. I just got questions on what the rest of the who else is on that team.
I mean,
Like, do they have Biddle back?
no, he's out of eligibility.
I'm kind of out. Like Oregon being just Shellstad, it's not doing it for me.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily literally just Shellstad, but where's Jim Root's roster sheet when I need it right now?
Did he send that out already? I got to sign up for that.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, I got to tap in.
Neither one of us has signed up for that.
That's surprising. You're supposed to be the signer up of us too.
I mean, they got Miles Goodman, the former recruit from Penn State that I still believe in. They got Devin Pryor from Texas. They did lose a lot of transfers out, but I thought a lot of the transfers out just weren't all that good. They still have big money. They're in the Dame Sar recruitment. I think they're going to get at least 1 to 2 more good stars. I don't know.
Okay. I don't agree, but okay.
We can drop Oregon then if you want.
I'd like to.
Okay. And then this also needs to be changed because my 7th NCAA tournament team was USC. That was when I thought they had Des Claude and Rodney Rice.
Hmm.
So we have to drop USC from NCAA tournament team without Des Claude. So okay, so let's
Was
let's
that going to be the last team in your thing?
Yeah, I was going to get to the next tier in a second.
So you don't have Washington, who you've been shaking all types of ass for this whole offseason.
Yeah, I'm trying to be realistic. Let's just keep it moving. So I have right now favorite number 1 Purdue, contenders 2 UCLA, 3 Michigan, NCAA tournament teams 4 Illinois, 5 Wisconsin, and then you want me to stop there because you won't let me put Oregon, you won't let me put USC in. So now I'll jump down to my next tier. Just remember we have to re-rank Oregon and USC somewhere. My next tier was
I wish to be in the tier.
my next tier is rosters I don't like with coaches I love.
Okay.
Michigan State was next.
Okay.
If we're being real about it, they're going to make the tournament. So they belong in the NCAA tournament tier. I'm not all that convinced they're going to get Darius Adams. Hope I eat my words on that. Without Darius Adams or another star replacement, I think there's an argument this is Izzo's worst roster ever. So that's going to get clipped and haunt me. But somebody in the backcourt's got to get really good really fast.
Yeah.
Izzo will drag them to the tournament. And shit, Izzo may drag them to a Big Ten title. I don't know. You're that good. But like I had Michigan State as the premier team in a roster I don't like with a coach I love. Would you like to bump them up to NCAA tournament team since we both agree they're going to be an NCAA tournament team?
No,
No.
love where you have us at.
Why don't we put Michigan State sixth in the NCAA tournament teams category?
I like them seventh.
Okay, we'll keep them sixth in the roster I don't love with the coach I do category.
Okay,
Remember, we still have Oregon and USC
where's Iowa?
coming up later. Petition to put Oregon below Michigan State in this category. Roster we don't love, coach we do.
Good deal.
Okay, so Michigan State six, Oregon seven. I think both those teams are tournament teams. Do we put Must there or do we not?
Do you trust Muss?
I think so, yeah.
I do.
Okay, so let's put USC eight, same category.
Okay,
And then ninth, I would say Northwestern, a roster I don't trust with a coach that I do.
good deal.
They got Martinelli. They got some young pieces that I still don't fully trust, but somehow, some way, Chris Collins is going to make them competitive.
Good deal.
All right, so there's our top half of the Big Ten. Into the next tier, which is good rosters I like with coaches I hate. 10, Jake Diebler, Ohio State.
I'd like Iowa to be ahead.
Let me keep going, and you can move them up when we get there.
Okay.
10 is Ohio State. 11 is Washington, Danny Sprinkle.
Okay.
Roster I love, coach I don't trust at all.
Okay.
You still good through the top 11 thus far?
Work.
You just want Iowa, but you agree thus far.
Mhm.
The next tier is one of these teams with new coaches will massively overachieve, and the rest we need a year to evaluate.
Okay. So this
Well,
is
12 is Iowa.
and Indiana,
13 is Indiana.
Maryland.
14 is Maryland. 15 is Minnesota.
Okay.
One of those teams will massively overachieve, pull a Dusty May, be in contention. The other three will be like, yeah, I don't know. Give it another year.
Okay. Deal.
And then last category is not enough juice. 16 Nebraska, 17 Rutgers, 18 Penn State.
Not enough juice. That checks out.
Anything you'd like changed?
Not a single thing.
So you're playing the nobody believes in us card already.
I love this.
Great.
Absolutely love
Michigan
this.
State is sixth on my list right now.
I love that's more than fair.
Is it?
More than fair.
Are we sure?
Positive.
Would you like to be higher than Illinois?
No, I want to be higher than anybody.
Where do
I
you
don't think
think?
we got enough. I don't think we got enough juice.
Where do you honestly think Michigan State belongs in next year's preseason Big Ten power rankings?
Probably like fifth or sixth. So right where you got them.
You're doing something here.
No, I'm not doing anything.
You're doing the me thing,
What thing?
the thing I did before we went to the Sweet 16. You're doing that move.
No,
You're doing my move.
no. I would.
You're
One thing I would never do is try to pull your move. You do your moves too well. That's not my game.
you're doing the oh, it's a really hard draw, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Yeah. You're doing that move right.
I hated the this is a nightmare draw matchup bit.
It was, wasn't it? You're doing that move right now. Oh, we don't have enough, do we? Not enough juice, do we? You're doing that move.
Oh, six is fine.
I'd like to retroactively put Michigan State second.
No,
I'd like Purdue at one, Michigan State at two, UCLA at three.
I hate it here.
There's your 1.0 version Big Ten Power Ranking. Topic 3 today, and we're going to be quick on this one. 10 biggest questions for college basketball next season. I think you and I can basically just go back and forth on this and each give 5, but I want your biggest questions. What are the questions that will define the next college basketball season? You can go first, and we'll go back and forth. What's question number 1?
How far can $20 million get you in today's college basketball world?
This is a Kentucky-based question, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. My biggest question comes back to the two teams I spent the most time talking about last offseason. Did Dan Hurley and Matt Painter learn from their mistakes? We think they did, and that's why I have both these teams in my preseason top 5. But will they actually live up to those holes being filled and what we expect these teams could be?
Third question. Can Florida avoid the national championship hangover?
Good question. The hangover that plagued Purdue and UConn.
Yes.
Okay, I like that. Fourth question for me. How good is Cam Boozer? What is really going to define the season? The winningest guy in this class is Cam Boozer, but he doesn't get the hype that Darren Peterson or AJ DeBanza do. How good is he really at Duke?
Will Bill Self hang it up soon?
Whoa, that's a weird way to frame that question.
How much longer can he take this?
So you're implying that Kansas won't be very good?
No, that's the thing. I think he will. Actually, it's not. It's less. I didn't know how to put it into a question, but it's a Bill. Will Bill Self have the old coach they think he might have lost a step resurgence this season?
Okay. All right.
The
I like
Izzo S step kind of propelled by Darren Peterson.
okay. I like that. My next question, question six, is Rick Pitino right?
You know, right? Oh,
He
about
about Ian Jackson, his point guard, and he blew up his entire roster after a season they dominated the Big East. He basically said RJ Lewis, don't come back. And he brought in a bunch of shoot first guys that don't pass. It's a very talented roster, but is it actually going to work? Was Rick Pitino right about what St. John's needs?
okay. It's a good deal. Caveat to that question too: did he do the right thing by letting RJ Lewis basically walk?
Right.
Um, what do I want to make my next question? Who's the best coach and team in the state of Kentucky?
Think we find that out this year? I feel like that's a career long battle.
Yeah, but I'm invested this year.
Can I add to that question? Because I was going to work my team into it somehow.
Yeah.
Which one of the second year coaches goes forward and goes backwards?
Oh,
Because Dusty May, Pat Kelsey, Mark Pope all had objectively great
young,
first seasons.
young.
Young.
Are we throwing like first year
Oh,
coaches into
Kevin
it?
Young,
Kevin,
BYU.
yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin Young.
Kind of like this class of last year's debut coaches who keeps up the momentum in year two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. My eighth question. Uh, will Hubert Davis save his job?
Ooh, good one. Good one.
It's an
Good one.
interesting roster. I'm very intrigued if he will or will not.
Mm.
One question each to close it out.
Um, I mean, there's a lot of personal interest in this. Um, but I want to see what DeVries is about in year one.
is, is Indiana still my op? Is that your question?
Yeah. Yeah. Darren DeVries gentrified Mike Woodson?
Oh my God. All right. My last question. Does the Balkan experiment crash and burn or not? Brad Underwood is all the way in, as far in as you can get on Eastern Europeans. And it could be great. It could not work. They got a bunch of guys that aren't as good as Kasparis, and it didn't work last year. But I'm intrigued. I'm bought in. I'm paying attention. I think those are the 10 questions that will define the next college basketball season.
Fun.
That was fun. Maybe we could answer them next time. One big thing presented by Underdog Fantasy promo code Sleepers. Get up to $1,000 in bonus credits and a free pick. What do you got?
My one big thing is I want NIL to start spilling onto the court more. Commercials are great, ads are great. You know, for example, I want to see AJ DeBanza in all Red Bull accessories on the court next season. I want to see guys be sponsored by certain people. I want patches on jerseys for certain players. I want to see a Cricket Wireless sticker on Elliot Cadeau's jersey. Okay, like I want all types of on court billboards walking around college basketball. Let the NIL stuff seep onto the court.
Yeah, it's good. My one big thing, I'd just like to congratulate some people that are really important to me. Like to congratulate Michigan State basketball on landing Darius Adams.
Oh.
Congratulations, Spartan Nation. We'll be back for a Riley Friday tomorrow. We'll see you then.